going on, my AMC people? Johnwicksnipin here again. Friday. You know what we do with Fridays? We get through them at work and we get ready to enjoy time of rest and with our family in order to come back again Monday and deal with all the bullshit that we always deal with on a weekly basis. I want to talk right off the bat about the Fidelity situation. A couple people pointed out that when I bought my 5 shares yesterday for my 3-share pledge, weekly pledge, that apparently it was routed to the dark pool. So here's my thoughts on it. Look, I'm not moving from Fidelity. I'm not doing another bounce around movement of brokerages and apps and whatnot. I'm only ever not going to be involved with Robinhood, number 1, and Webull, number 2. I'm not moving from Fidelity. I'm sticking to them. You do what you want, but I'm going to stay there and I'm going to continue to buy. It's not Fidelity, it's the whole system, okay? They're all in together. I've told you on multiple videos. It's the brokerages, it's the hedge funds. Hold on, there's a lot of wind. It's the market makers, it's the government, it's the SEC. They are not in this for us, okay? They're in there to manage and take our money either in a large sum at one time or over time. They're gonna keep taking it, okay? I've told you guys from a long time ago that we would get here, okay? That's all I was ever trying to tell you guys. I may not be the most stock market savvy guy, but I do understand human behavior well, number 1. And number 2, I'm a realist and I can understand the ways of the world. And the ways of the world are the 1%, as Frankie Muhammad calls them. They're not going to give you any money, okay? Rich people are not rich because they're giving money away. When they give money away, it's likely they're getting twice that amount of money in return. So they're not going to let this happen organically. I've told you that many, many times. The problem that the upper class, or the 1%ers, if you want to call them, are having right now is that the retail investor can talk to each other now. We can all talk to each other. And I can't understand for the life of me why we can't start this movement immediately and why more people are not jumping all over this. If you didn't have a chance, go watch. If you can't, I have a tough time explaining what I have in my head already. I just want you to know what I know, but unfortunately I don't explain it well. So if you're not getting my message clear enough, go watch some of the other content creators that immediately were jumping on board with what I'm trying to do with an electronic protest and getting you guys to get used to making videos to talk about AMC and to share with each other and create one large voice. This is not about me. This is not about you. This is not about Lou. This is not about Trey. This is not about anybody. It's about creating one large voice to be heard in this matter. Okay, I gave you the training with the video challenge. You took that challenge, you were successful at it, you figured out how to make videos, you figured out how to upload it, you figured out how to tag people and stuff like that. The rest of you got to come on board. Normal, average, everyday people like myself did the same thing. They all came out, they figured it out, get it done. We need to create a large and powerful voice. And you know what? While we do that, we can make money off of YouTube. You guys are not understanding that. No one has ever done this. No one has ever said, you know what? If we all just create a big coalition and we just get in each other's algorithms and start talking to each other and watching each other's videos, you're going to make more money than you wake up to go get every day at a very minimal base with inflation rising and rising and rising. Go get yourself some Google money like the rest of the content creators. You just got to stick to it. Do not get down on yourself because you made a video and only 10 people watched it. Don't worry. Everybody had to deal with that. Everybody had to deal with that. You will progress. As you keep dropping content, you will progress. The next week, you'll start getting 20, 30 views. The week after that, you'll start getting 100. We got to build. We have to start. I'm going to make a video this weekend showing you guys how we're going to do this. I'm going to keep the list. Every time I see somebody new, I'm going to add them to the list. And you're going to be able to copy that list on your videos when you drop them. You go to my page, you copy the list in my description, you put it on your video, boom, everybody gets notified. But they should get notified anyway without that, just by the subscriptions and hitting the notification bell. So like I said, the stock market makers, they never expected that the little guys like us were going to be able to band together. They didn't expect that we could talk to each other. They couldn't foresee this many years ago. So it's a huge problem for them. And I'm of the belief that it's going to destroy the stock market, because it can't work like this. We've exposed them, and now they've seen what our power is. I'll give you a quick little example. It's kind of like the same situation that most of us have with our jobs. Hold on, a lot of wind. So for my example, have any of you ever worked at a job where it was frowned upon, or you could possibly get terminated if you spoke about your salary? Anybody ever think of why? Why can't you talk about your salary? Is it because you're paying this motherfucker more money to do the same job I'm doing, so you don't want me to know that? And you don't want that guy to know that he's making more than I am and we're doing the same job? So this is kind of like what they do with the stock market. They didn't ever want any of us to talk to each other about what we're going to do and figure out how they over leverage short positions and short companies to the ground. They didn't know that we were going to be able to come together. But it started on Reddit. It started as just black and white typing. We now need to move this into visual voices, not just typing. Typing got us to this point. Now we're going to evolve and turn it into visual, so we know who's who, because they've been able to infiltrate comments. So you don't know who's who. You don't know who is real, who's really part of this movement, who really owns AMC, or you're a bot being sent out by whatever powers want to manipulate and get you away from this situation. So what do we have to do now? We've got to come out visually. Typing no longer is going to work. They've already done that. Let's see them come out on video to do their manipulation. I don't think they're going to do that, because it's going to look real stupid if it's some people in fucking the Philippines or some people in India that are the ones that infiltrate these comments. And guys, just real quick, YouTube's not the only place where there's fucking filled with this infiltration of digital soldiers. It's probably not even on the top of the list. Twitter is infested. I don't even know how anybody takes anything on Twitter seriously. Reddit, we already knew that long time ago. That is just totally filled, okay? Reddit, Twitter, I would say those are the two biggest ones. YouTube, this is the one where we can come out visually and get away from those. Because let me tell you, the bots, they don't have subscribers. We're going to have thousands of subscribers. So we're going to know who is real. They don't have subscribers. Most of their channels are new or fairly new. If we do it this way, we're going to know who's who. If you don't want to take my word for it, go watch Apes vs. Wall Street's video last night, his most recent video. Go watch it. Go see how he breaks it down. He breaks it down even further than I do. For those that can critically think like I do, once they understood this situation, go look at their reaction. Amc Nation will, Apes vs. Wall Street, Frankie Muhammad, Chad Clifford. Froggy Styles hasn't talked about this, but I'm sure he will at some point. Go look at their reaction once they put it together and they said, wow, Johnwicksnipin, holy fuck, that's a great idea. We need to do that ASAP. If you don't want to take, you can't read me, you think I'm full of shit or whatever because I'm always doing these little games to try to expose shit, go listen to those guys. Go watch their videos so you can see, oh shit, yeah, they're fucking right. We can grow a coalition of millions and then get paid tons of money on ad revenue. You guys are not thinking. This should be one of the most important things that you do. Do you understand what a million viewed video is worth? I don't think you guys even know what that's worth. That's worth in the thousands of thousands. Some of you can get your fucking AMC losses cleared up and you're riding for free with your shares. And we won't even have to ever worry about when it's going to squeeze. You could just leave it. It's going to be a free ride to the moon. The faster we can accept doing this, the faster we can get the answers that we're looking for, the faster we will get something figured out how to pay us out on this situation. I personally think this is going to be at best case scenario if they succumb to it, because a lot of you guys always misunderstand what I'm trying to say. I am 100% on board with our theory of the play. That's never going to change. The only thing that I'm super shaky and super pessimistic about is if they will pay us for figuring that out. I'm going to say they're not going to pay us. They're not going to allow the whole world to see, ha, we gotcha. So we have to force it. We have to force it. The faster you can break the awkwardness of making videos, the faster we'll get answers to stock market corruption, the faster somebody's going to pick us up and say, yeah, we've got to acknowledge this. They're in the millions now. Everybody's watching. Everybody's listening. And at the same time, you're getting paid shit ton of money to do it. There is absolutely nothing left to see. There's no more DD that needs to be seen. There's no more technical analysis that needs to be looked at. So for all the graph guys, I really appreciate your charts and all your beautiful colors and all that stuff. It's amazing that you have figured out how to do that, but in this play, it's just worthless at this point. It doesn't show us anything. It really doesn't. So you guys have to understand that. We have to now we're here. We have to move on to a protest. A lot of you guys have gotten the training through the video challenge. You figured out how to do it. You've gotten comfortable. The rest of you need to follow their example, the video challengers, okay? If you need to go back to my videos to go see these people that had never made videos before, had never gotten on YouTube, go watch, go look for inspiration if you need it to get this done. Okay, that was part of the reason for the video challenge. It was to get you guys, that was the challenge. I'm challenging you to turn the camera around and talk to the community if you're an owner. That was part of the reason. Now we gotta grow the coalition so that it becomes one large voice where they say, holy shit, I don't care what we call us. You wanna call us apes? I'm fine with it. We'll call each other's, holy shit, the apes. They're in big numbers, they're unified, and they're being looked at in the millions, and we're gonna get paid a lot of money. Trust me on that. Shout out to Lord X Nemesis for showing his position. I'd like to point out the people that I'm gonna call certified at this point. They're certified AMC holders. Myself, I've shown my position. I show you when I buy. Lord X Nemesis, he showed you yesterday. He's got, I think, 24 or over 2,000 shares. He says he's down a lot, and he missed on a big bag of money of over 200 grand. And you got to respect that guy. You got to respect that guy, because if you want to talk about diamond hands, look no further than Lord X Nemesis. 10D time certified, Chad Clifford certified, and Apefather certified. Listen, it's everyone's prerogative if they want to do it. They want to show you their shares. But if you're not going to do that, at least bring something to the table. There's some other guys that don't really do that, but that they bring something to the table. They bring good information or whatever. They're never trying to date predict or anything like that. I think also another guy that I want to certify is Tony Denaro. He's shown a couple times that he's bought. He's shown a couple times his position. So I want to certify Tony Denaro. I may be forgetting other people, but I really think that if you're a content creator and you want to show your audience that you're in this thing, you have that emotion with them, there's nothing wrong with showing you your shares. I've seen so many other stupid things being shown on YouTube that would be far worse than showing your position and your ownership of AMC. Look guys, this system was designed to keep you right where you are, waking up every day, going to work for somebody else, making just enough money to get by and live. That's it. And look, in a spot where we finally figured something out and they don't want to let it go, they don't want to pay us on it, you got to take action. You have to do it. Let's be the first group of people that create an electronic protest that we actually get paid for, that we don't need to meet somewhere, we don't have to invest money, and we don't have to put ourselves at risk of violence being in person. And guess what are you going to do? Stand in front of a building where nobody comes out? That's not going to do anything either. This is the quickest, this is the fastest, this is the most effective way, is to get on video and start talking. Open your mouth. All right, so yeah, long video, but I'm gonna end it with this. Look, Lou and Apefather, please cut it out already. You guys are going too far, even for my standards, and I like to get rowdy here and there, but you guys are going too far with wives, and it's just stupid. This is just definitely not the right time to be doing this stupidity. So please, just like cut it out already. You already saw what happened when you start talking about wives, fucking huge spotlight like the Oscars. Let's not talk about wives. Let's not talk about another person's dirt or whatever. Let's just move on, bro. We're at the end of the day, guys. We're all gonna have to do this together. So whether you like another content creator or not, like for instance, I'm not crazy about the Commanded 35. I would never hang out with the guy. I don't really like the kid. I just don't like the kid. But am I willing to put that aside for a greater cause? Definitely. I'm willing to put all that aside for a greater cause, because at some point, my belief is we're going to have to come together anyway. It's just like war. If we had to get into war, let me tell you something. Being on the blue team or the red team doesn't matter. Being a Democrat or Republican doesn't matter anymore. We're going to have to fight a common enemy, and that's it. So let's get together. Let's stop the stupidity. Let's move on. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you for watching. Johnwicksnipin is out.